Hello, thank you so much for joining me. I absolutely love being able to help people who are starting their online tutoring business. My name is Joanne Kaminski, and a lot of times what I share is information about, what to do to start your business. And a lot of times we don't get to hear from people who are in the very beginning stages of starting their business, and I thought it would be a really cool idea to be able to have you hear from somebody else who is just right in those beginning grasps of starting their business. So I have with me today Marilyn Weber. So thank you, Marilyn, for being with us today.
Oh, thank you for having me, Joanne.
I so appreciate you agreeing to do this call, and it's a pleasure. I've enjoyed working with you over the past 3 months and being able to make your vision come true. So let's learn a little bit about Marilyn and what it is that you do. So Marilyn, what is it what was your idea when it came to starting an online tutoring business?
Well, Joanne, my idea was I've had a passion for teaching little people, not real little, but elementary level kids about handling money. And this has been on my heart for a very long time, and I was kind of looking for some guidance about how I might be able to fulfill that call on my life. And so I got a lot of informational stuff from the internet, and I was suddenly becoming quite overwhelmed. But seeking that guidance, one day your path crossed mine, and puzzle pieces that were flying through the air suddenly started to come together. So that's kind of how things started out for me. I mean, and I still am in the early stages, but pieces are starting to fall in a sort of a pattern for me. So I do enjoy working with you greatly, and I'm looking forward to staying in touch and you helping me build this to success.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited about that as well. And what were some of the things that were really overwhelming to you in the very, very beginning when you decided, okay, I'm going to really do this. I'm going to try to start this business.
Well, we have a lot of information that comes at us, and it's hard to sort out. And when I discovered that actually online tutoring was how I was going to proceed with this, it wasn't clear right at the beginning how that was going to work. Even though the idea of doing it that way was very clear to me, and it still is clear to me this day. There's no question in my mind that this is the direction I need to be heading. But as far as the website and the Facebook and the LinkedIn and all of the other media tools, the blog, what comes first, how does this have to happen, the kind of the sort order, and then who should I be going through, because there's a zillion companies out there that all want to help you. They're right there ready. They're ready. And of course, you have to sift through all of that. And so in the beginning, I just didn't get the starting point. I mean, I couldn't really see that's the actual starting point of all this other information that I had gathered. And then as you started telling me different things, I had questions, and you were readily available to answer my questions. So it made it much easier, much simpler, and I am all about simple.
I agree. Me too. The simpler that you can make things for me when it comes to all of this stuff, the better, because I get overwhelmed super easy, and when I just have all of this stuff and I don't know where to begin, I remember in the beginning stages just being really, really frustrated. Like I would break websites, I would break WordPress, and I would be like, I don't know where to go, I don't know what to do, And so it's really awesome to be able to work with another person to be able to kind of guide you through all of those headaches and those hiccups that happen along the way, because they happen whenever you start a business. How did you find how did you find working through you worked through the Tutorpreneur Program? How did you find that starting point for you? What was the thing that helped you figure that out?
From taking the Tutorpreneur Program?
Mm-hmm.
Well, again, Tutorpreneur Program is a lot of information, a lot of very good information, but it has that little personal touch there that I needed for my situation. And when I was struggling there and frustrated, different frustration, I think, maybe than yours, because now I get frustrated and all I have to do, Joanne, help me, and just give me my problem, and then, and then you have always provided, the answer, and in such a kind, gentle, personable way. I don't take any rhetorical beatings or any of that, well, why did you do that, or any of that stuff. Not at all. You are down to earth, and I think how you really helped me find that starting point was, which was actually the business plan. The business plan, which is the starting point for my business and should be for any business. And so we worked together through that, and then it laid out kind of a guideline, a pattern, a sort of thing that would take me, remind me, and oh, by the way, I have that information about my company in my business plan, my vision and my mission statement. I have that out in front of me daily, and I think that anybody should, because it keeps you on track. It reminds you, yes, I'm on the frustrating days. This is why I'm doing this. This is what I hope to see in the end, and it's just out there every day. I have it right in front of me right now, and it's going to be there until kingdom come.
Yeah, and I find, that's not the first thing that people who are starting a business think about. Is they don't think about starting with a business plan. It's just, I'm just going to start a website and I'm going to get going. And people will find me, and it's all going to be good. But during that business plan, I remember you asking me that question at one point, saying, where do I start? And I said, the business plan. That right there, that's where you're going to find your answer. And it's all laid out and guided, not with answers, but with a path for you to figure out what is going to be the plan. And I think that's what is so huge about that business plan piece. And now the business plan is a lot of work, as you know.
Right.
But it does come up with a very good way for you to be able to move forward with your business. And what is it that you're going to focus on? Because we get so cloudy in our vision of what in the world am I going to focus on? And this lays it all out for you. So, yeah, that's a huge, huge piece. And it's different. Everybody's business plan ends up being different. It's not like I'm building the same exact business you're building. And so, that's the very cool part of it. Some people ask the question, well, if you're a reading tutor, how in the world can you help me if I'm a math tutor? Well, because it's not about what we're teaching. It's about the process of starting your own business.
That's exactly right. And just another comment about early on, when I first found you, and it was actually through Google Alerts that I found you in particular, I was on the email, or I saw your free videos, first 10 free videos or whatever it was, I can't remember now, and I jumped right on that because I thought, oh good, let me see what this is, because maybe this will be the thing that I need to define the starting point. Maybe inside of this will tell me what I've been searching for and haven't been able to actually sift through. And so it was those early on videos that really, it was like dominoes. I started there, and then as I saw how things could work out, and I got to know you and could clearly see that you practiced everything you preached in every one of those videos I ever saw. I mean, you were doing those things. So it was credible, totally credible. I had no reason not to believe or trust in what you were telling me. And that's valuable. That's way more valuable than anything, to be able to have that where you can depend on that.
Yeah, and you really bring up such an important part of the internet world, right? Because we don't know who is credible out there. Anybody can be anybody. but it's through really getting to know people in this kind of a fashion, through Google Hangouts, through being able to connect with people, email, and then they email you back, that you're really able to start realizing and sifting through, who's credible and who's not credible at this point in time. So now you are in those very beginning stages of starting your online tutoring company, helping kids with being able to sift, helps them with becoming financially responsible, which I'm so excited about because that's such a huge thing that I think our society needs. Where are you at right now in the process of this?
Well, I'm not actually doing the tutoring, laying the groundwork, working on assessment and curricula, also still trying to get a website in place and the LinkedIn up to date and the marketing aspect of the business. So there's a lot of stuff going on, but I'm having a lot of fun doing it because I've had a lot of good guidance from you. And I can see the end in sight. It may not. I had initially the January 1 date to be up and running to go. It may not be January 1, but it's going to be in that month of January sometime. And so that's, I'm really looking forward to that. And I do, this is, again, it's the 7 to 11-year-olds, second grade to fifth grade, that area of kids right there. And of course, that all depends on the student. And I just want to grab at the basics to begin with and just give a little bit of a seed there and just support whatever parents are already have in place, but perhaps feel the need for just a little bit more guidance, or their child maybe, even at that age, perhaps it doesn't sink in from the parent, and perhaps another person can have a good positive influence on the child regarding money. And I don't think it's too early to start by any means. There's a lot of things out on the internet about teenagers and that level. But by that time it might be $1 late and $1 short, something like.
Yeah, it's really hard to take care of the problem when you're in the midst of the problem, isn't it?
Yes, because if you expect that your child is, for example, if they're going on to college, and waiting until your teenage years is part of the problem of what we have right now, where college level debt is way more than even credit card debt among the adult population, and that's a scary thing. That's a very scary thing. And if I can play a little part, a little piece in that to help youngsters get on a really good positive financial stewardship path or responsibility path, that's what it's about for me, and I am very passionate, and I may shed a tear here in a minute, so I'll stop talking and get back to you.
No, I really think that what you do and what you're starting here is absolutely amazing. It does start with our youngest children and beginning to develop that mindset early on, because as they get older, they start developing bad habits. Mm-hmm. And when bad habits start to ensue, bad things begin to happen, right? I mean, I just think about like where my kids think money comes from, and we talk about this a lot. They don't have this belief anymore, but they used to think, oh, if you need money, you just go to that machine thingy and it'll just pop you out some money. But they don't understand that I've had to work in order for that money to be there, and in order, to pay for the things that we need to be able to pay. They're getting older now, so they're starting to understand, okay, money doesn't just pop out of that machine. There's other processes that are involved.
Right.
And I think it's important for them to ask those questions, get them answered, and understand. I mean, credit cards, man, those are the big thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's bad. I mean, the whole thing, if they don't understand about credit cards and the kind of debt they can get into, guess what's going to happen?
And fast. And it happens fast. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, you're exactly right on. That's it's a very dangerous territory, and not knowing, the basics about what a credit card is and why you use it, and how all that process works. Just like a loan from the bank, that's what it is. It's not your money. It is not your money. Mm-hmm. It's not. I mean, you think it is because you put it in and you take out cash and there it is, but it's still not because it is like a loan, and until you pay that back, it's not yours. It's really someone else's. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it can get into a lot of trouble.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm just so excited. Now, I know you're still in the beginning stages. If people want to contact you regarding setting their child up with a class, your class that you're starting, where can they find more information, or do you have either a link or a email that they can contact you at?
Right now, I have an email that they can contact me for further information, and that would be it's my name and my and well, it's Marilyn, MarilynK Weber, WEBER. So it's Marilyn K Weber at gmail.com.
Fantastic.
And that's what I have available right now, and I expect some of the other things to be in place pretty soon, based on some work that I've done just recently. So I'm looking forward to it. It's exciting. I'm excited. I'm very, very excited about this. But you know, you have helped me a lot, Joanne. You've been a great support for me, and you know, just always it's being available. And it's you have such a personal perspective on all of this, and without that, I think I'd still be struggling, you know, because I don't bother that person again, you know, because whatever. But you don't come across that way at all. You are very personable, very down to earth, and very easy to work with. Absolutely. So
thank you. I appreciate that. I remember in the beginning days when I was getting started, you know, I tried to just find any other online tutors out there and see if they could give me some advice or tips or tricks or anything. And, you know, I ran into a couple. They were very nice, but they didn't have the time to spend with me. And that's been something that's been a passion of mine is to put myself out there and to make myself available for people who are in the beginning stages. But also, I'm also really passionate about, you know, helping out really two groups of people. Those people who are in that right retiree section, like they're coming out of the school system and they still want to continue to work, and the people coming right into the school system that are young moms that are having babies and they want to be able to find something where they can be able to stay home with their baby and they can still be teaching, because teaching is our passion as teachers. So those are my two like big groups of people that I really like to help out the most. And you've also been in the school system, haven't you?
I have, yes. I have spent the last few years as a guest teacher in our local area here in Mid-Michigan, and have thoroughly loved that. I love teaching. I didn't do that as my life's work, but I'm doing it now, and I get excited every time I go into the classroom. But along with that, I've always had the passion of the one-on-one.
Yeah.
And that has led me to where I am now with you. It's just, you know, I want to do that. I want very much to do that. I won't give up classroom teaching at all as a guest teacher. I won't give that up. Well, at least that's not the plan right now. But I do enjoy the one-on-one, that interaction, and that you know, that more personal kind of thing about seeing the lights come on, you know, individually, and just knowing that the learning, you can see the learning in their eyes, you know. It's just, I like it a lot.
Yeah, I hear you. I have to say I'm happiest now being able to tutor one-on-one with kids versus full classrooms now. I started off as a full classroom teacher, and I thought I loved that, but working one-on-one, there's just nothing like it in the world. I mean, just, you know, you run into so many different personalities of kids, and that's fun in and of itself, and just being able to really hone into what is it they need and to be able to give that to them. And I know that's what you're working on with your program, is not just coming up with a one-size-fits-all program where somebody just watches these bunches of videos and they're on their way, you're really looking to connect with a child, be able to answer their questions personally, and to be able to help them grow in the areas that they need help with, so that they can develop that mindset to be financially responsible. And that's something to be commended.
Yes, absolutely, yes. Yes.
Now, we always have to identify that elephant in the room, and the elephant in the room is, yes, the Tutorpreneur program does cost money. Even though I love to help people out, a teacher goes into the classroom, she loves helping kids, but she still gets paid at the end of the day, right? It's the elephant in the room, and of course the Tutorpreneur does cost money, and we were actually just chatting about this last week. What are your thoughts about the pricing of the Tutorpreneur program?
I think the pricing is spot on. The value of the information and the personal touch that I got through the Tutorpreneur program is unlike any other training or anything that I've ever taken. I've taken a lot of training over my years in different areas, not in this, but in different areas. And so I think that I'm a pretty good judge about the value of getting what you pay for. And for this, for Tutorpreneur, I actually believe that I got much more than what the price of the program is. And I would highly, highly encourage anybody that's looking or leaning towards online tutoring that they stick with Joanne, because the reward will definitely be there in the end, and it's that personal. Again, the personal touch that really is the big thing. But it's it's good, it's valuable, and I think it's rightly priced, in my opinion.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, all the systems that go into making Tutorpreneur program, there's costs that go into that, and so and then time that's spent into each individual student that comes into the class. I absolutely love every single aspect of it, and I love being able to help people out. So I'm glad that I can be a resource out there for people. There aren't many of us out there right now that are so open to saying, hey, if you're getting started, I'm willing to help you every step of the way. I'm going to show you. I'm going to hold your hand. I'm going to guide you through this, because I didn't have anybody to guide me through this, and I had to figure out everything the hard way. I want to give it to you all the easy way. Now, it doesn't mean it's going to be not a lot of work. Right. It's just a lot easier to follow somebody who's already done it versus trying to come up with everything on your own. Don't you think?
That is so true. That is so true. It's bordering on insane to try to struggle and struggle and struggle to make things happen that you can be assured somebody else has already pioneered, gone ahead. Just find that person. And for me, that person happens to be you in the Tutorpreneur program. That's as I can put it.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your experience as a brand new tutor out there with her awesome ideas, ready to take charge and help kids with their financial responsibility, and share with us what it is your vision is, what your mission is, and your experience going through the Tutorpreneur program. Now, some of you might be wondering, how can I get to be a part of the Tutorpreneur program? For those of you that have seen the other videos, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you a link to the sales page on there, and you'll be able to get on into the program. Now, this program's only going to be open until Monday. Monday class starts, so actually tomorrow is going to be the cutoff date of when you can get into the class. So if you want to get in, now is the time. And I hope that you'll be able to join me in being able to guide your business from A to Z, beginning to end, and do it with clarity, understanding, and with success. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you later. Bye.
Thanks, Joanne.